Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite mechanism in Who Goes There, a new cooperative game from Certifiable Studios. A cooperative game with a trader, possible trader, not necessarily, but possible. I played a 6-player game of this yesterday, my first game, and it has some really interesting mechanisms. It has two things that I really like in cooperative games, which are progression, in terms of your character, your player, whatever you're controlling is getting better throughout the game instead of just getting worse and worse and more beat down. So player progression and player cooperation and collaboration. I really like that in cooperative games. You'd be surprised the number of cooperative games that actually don't have that much collaboration or cooperation in them. And this game definitely has it, and especially in relation to a specific thing that I'm going to mention here. There are 2 ways that you can progress in this game. They both relate to this player mat. You can gain XP. So if you go outside in the game, if you venture outside, it's a little dangerous outside, but you can gain experience points when you're out there, and you can spend those experience points to, it depends on the character, but you can unlock an extra action, you can improve your stamina, you can get a special ability, you can unlock a special die that's just unique for your character, you can unlock more spaces for equipment. So I really like that's one way. You're getting XP, you are improving what your character can do, their abilities you can do. You can take more actions even by having that, by focusing on XP. The other thing is to craft items, and I really like this in this game. I'm going to see if I can actually grab, yeah, I don't have one handy. I should have made one handy. But there is kind of a tech tree of items that you can craft, where like last night I crafted a club, and then I turned that into a torch, and then I turned that into a lantern. And each time I got better at dealing with certain types of bad situations that could arise. And it also gave me a unique ability when I got to the lantern. But to do that, to get those crafted items, I had to search through all the different piles of stuff that's in this little facility that we are in Antarctica, and through my own deck. And I had to use those items to craft. So I have to combine like wood and flame to make the torch, for example. And I needed the club actually as well. And so this is where the player collaboration comes in. So I'm getting better at things. I'm doing this progression in terms of the items. But to increase my chances of getting those items, or to actually ensure that I can get them, I can also move to a space that is shared by another player, and I can just say, "Hey, do you have a torch? Not a torch. Do you have a wood that I could use? Do you have wood? I really need wood." And that way, instead of just searching blindly through the decks in the hopes of getting a wood, I can actually just go to another player who might have that wood that I need, and we can collaborate. They can give it to me. I can spend an action point. They give me the item. Maybe later on I give them something else. But I really like that rather than blindly searching, I can just talk to other players and hopefully get some stuff that I need from them, and maybe give them some things that they need as well. Those are the 2 elements that I really enjoy about this game. The progression. I like the dual progression, XP and crafting. I love to see dual progression elements in cooperative games where there's not just one way to get better, but there's a couple different ways that you can get better, and at least one of them has to do with other players. It would have been neat to see going outside, if maybe being with another player outside would have increased our chances of getting XP. That would have been nice, but beyond that, I think they did a good job with the experience. Yeah, those are my thoughts on Who Goes There. If you have a favorite mechanism in this game that you'd like to mention, feel free to talk about it in the comments. And if you have other examples of progression in cooperative games that make you feel good, especially dual progression, where there are 2 different ways that you can get better at things, I'd love to hear about that as well. Thanks.